We unfortunately have to do this post-game show following a loss because Tom Thibodeau snatched the victory from the New York Knicks. The Knicks lost this game because they employed Tom Thibodeau as their head coach. I was 9 years old when I knew that if you're up by 3 and the shot clock is turned off and the other team has one shot to tie the game, you foul them. Because it is impossible to score 3 points on 2 free throws. It is common sense to foul when you are up by 3 and there's less than 24 seconds in the game and you are on defense. But then again, the Knicks head coach is Tom Thibodeau, and he rarely travels the world of common sense. Oh, and when Tom Thibodeau, after not fouling, which allowed Jayson Tatum to hit a step-back 3 to tie the game, he then couldn't draw up a play to get Jalen Brunson the ball. He couldn't draw up a play to get OG Anunoby the ball. He couldn't draw up a play to get Karl Anthony Towns the ball. He couldn't draw up a play to get Mikal Bridges the ball. So he cannot help you in a game-winning situation on defense. He does not help you in a game-winning situation on offense. Tom Thibodeau is the reason the New York Knicks lost. And you will never win a championship with Tom Thibodeau. You will never win a second-round playoff series with Tom Thibodeau. You will never win the Eastern Conference with Tom Thibodeau because he's never won an NBA Finals. He's never gotten to the NBA Finals. And with the Knicks, he has now 2 times as the higher seed lost in round 2. Today was a slap of reality in the face, that loss versus Boston. And the slap says, Tom Thibodeau, your time has run out. I appreciate everything Tom Thibodeau has done for the Knicks. It was a successful career for him. He came here, took the Knicks from the most losing team in the NBA to win back-to-back seasons of 50 games. And I appreciate that, Tom Thibodeau. But we are at your ceiling, and we can't punch through your ceiling. Tom Thibodeau is to the Knicks what Mark Jackson was to the Golden State Warriors. Both those guys are good coaches. Good coaches don't win championships. Great coaches win championships. And the Warriors needed a great coach in Steve Kerr to do so. The Knicks are now in need of their Steve Kerr. I appreciate what Tibbs did for the Knicks. What he did is, I would consider his career successful. But to get to that next stage, to win a second-round playoff series, to get to the conference finals, to win the conference, to get to the NBA championship, to win the NBA championship, the New York Knicks must move on. Close the book and start writing the next chapter. Because the chapter of Tibbs will continue to be written with the same final words. The New York Knicks lose again. And that's what they did today. They lost in overtime because of the Knicks. Tom Thibodeau refused to let his team win in regulation because he did not foul up by 3 with 5 seconds left. If you want Tom Thibodeau fired, hit that like button. Once this team fires Tom Thibodeau, they can compete against the top teams. Because against the top teams right now, they are not competing. They're 0-4 versus Boston. They're 0-3 versus Cleveland. They're 0-2 versus OKC. And they're also 0-2 versus LA. The Knicks are 0-11 versus the top 4 teams in the NBA. If you want to become a team that can win against the best, you got to fire Tom Thibodeau. Hit that like button if you agree with me. And Mikal Bridges. I can't even act shocked because you do what you always do, which is shrink versus the NBA's best. Mikal Bridges has not showed up one time versus the Boston Celtics this year. And he did not show up again today against the Boston Celtics. He was worked by Jayson Tatum, and he was inefficient and unproductive for the New York Knicks. OG Anunoby, you have been awesome the last month and a half. You've played against the Boston Celtics 3 times. I think you've actually done a good job on Jayson Tatum on defense. We didn't pay you $200 million to not show up versus Boston. And OG Anunoby, change Bridges to 4 games played. OG Anunoby in 3 games versus Boston has not showed up one time. You went out and got OG Anunoby and you got Mikal Bridges to form Wingstop, which I told you guys was the corniest nickname of all time, and they have not stopped shit versus Boston. And they have not done anything on offense versus Boston. In 4 games versus the Celtics this year, Mikal Bridges is averaging 13.7 points and shooting 42% from the field and 31% from 3. In 3 games versus Boston, OG Anunoby has been terrible. 9 points, 29% from the field, and 13% from 3. OG Anunoby is shooting tour dates versus Boston. And Mikal Bridges, with an opportunity to right all his wrongs and knock down the 3 in overtime to tie the game, he dropped the pass. He just dropped it. It is embarrassing, the efforts that Bridges and Anunoby have put together this year versus the NBA's best. It's unreal. Oh, yeah, and you got Bridges to play defense, right? Well, if you watch the game, Jayson Tatum lit him up. And we don't have the exact data of how Jayson Tatum shot versus Mikal Bridges from the game on Tuesday. But through the first 3 games of the year versus Boston, Jayson Tatum owns Mikal Bridges. Tommy Beer on Twitter saying, per NBA tracking analysis, over the 3 games between New York and Boston this season, again, this was prior to the 4th and final game on Tuesday, Mikal Bridges has been the primary defender on Jayson Tatum for 68.6 possessions. In those 68 trips, Tatum is 8 of 13 from the floor, 4 of 7 from 3, and has 7 assists without committing a single turnover. That's the highest field goal percentage by Tatum against all players who have defended him for 60-plus possessions this season. And he lit him up again on Tuesday night. If you can't score versus Boston, and I know Tatum's really good, but if you can't defend either, I mean, you just can't be a part of this team. Oh, yeah, and Jayson Tatum had 32.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 50% from the field, and 36% from 3 today. I hate to be an asshole towards Mikal Bridges. As soon as you are off this team and as soon as Tom Thibodeau is removed from being the head coach, the Knicks will be able to contend against top teams. And it sucks because I wanted you on this team. And I was wrong. And I was wrong. We'll talk more about this game that Tom Thibodeau took away from his team. But first, I got to give a major shout out to our proud sponsor, Game Time. Big shout out to our sponsor of today's live stream, and that is Game Time, the best place to get tickets to go see the Knicks or go to any sporting event or concert or theater event. Game Time gets you the best seats for the lowest price guaranteed. Prices actually drop as the events get closer, and the app has some awesome features where you get to see your seat view when deciding what tickets to buy. You also get to access your tickets from your phone, and it is easy to resell your tickets as well. There's a couple more home games left at MSG this season, and the best place to get the tickets is Game Time. Best seats, lowest price guaranteed. You can also go get tickets to go watch the Yankees, the Mets, the Rangers, or any concert or theater event you might want to go to. Make sure you have that all-in pricing and Game Time picks feature turned on. That way, you get the best deal possible. What time is it? It's game time. And use that promo code ChatSports to get $20 off your first purchase, where terms do apply. Support the show. Support the sponsor. The link will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's video. A heartbreaking loss. It really was a heartbreaking loss. Outside of the blunder down the stretch from Tibbs and Mikal Bridges not showing up, there were other reasons the New York Knicks lost. One, you shot 29% from three. You're not going to beat the Boston Celtics regularly if you can't make three balls. Two, you went 10 of 16 from the foul line. You have 6 points at the foul line with only 10 attempts, or 16 attempts. You only made 10. You lost the game by 2. You also I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. You also didn't defend a 3. Hey, are we shocked a Tom Thibodeau team couldn't defend the 3-point line? I'm not. 19 of 49 for 3. They made 8 more threes than you. They outscored you by 24 from 3. Unbelievable. How are you going to beat this team in the playoffs? And I don't mean beat them in a series. I mean beat them one time. Because you should have won today. But in today's game, Al Horford didn't play. And Jaylen Brown played 21 minutes. He didn't play the second half of the fourth quarter. And he didn't play overtime. Oh, and Jayson Tatum played 47 minutes. Was he tired? Was he? Or did he hit the dagger to win the game? I guess we only get to use the tired excuses when we lose. Karl Anthony Towns, I appreciate your effort today. You had played just you're lucky you put together a stat line. Because what you did in the prior 3 games against the Boston Celtics was also atrocious. You were averaging like 12 points per game against Boston coming in today in the prior 3 games. But you played your ass off tonight. You showed up. Your team needed you, and you balled the hell out. But you were terrible on defense. Pull up 3 after pull up 3 after pull up 3 because you're sitting in drop coverage. Overall, you played your tail off. You competed hard, and I appreciate that. Jalen Brunson, his second game back from injury that had him out for a month, did everything he could. He did everything he could. Missed a couple of big shots down the stretch, but you know what? I can't ask any more of Jalen Brunson. 27 and 10, second game back from being out for a month. Played his tail off. Effort. Grit. Juice. Josh Hart. Effort. Grit. Juice. Fight. Dog. Great players know how to affect the game when the shot's not falling. Shot didn't fall for Josh Hart, but he found a way to affect the game. Found a way to make an impact. Found a way to help his team win. Fortunately, they couldn't. Deuce McBride, 20 minutes. I would have liked to seen him play a little bit more. Mitchell Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns. I think it was in the third quarter they ran that double big lineup. They played really well together. In a quarter, the Knicks lost by 11. It would have been a lot worse if Mitchell Robinson didn't play the way he did. I even thought in the fourth quarter, when Robinson, I believe, started the quarter for Towns, he did a pretty good job on the perimeter. Blocked a Tatum 3, forced a steal as well. I thought those two played well together. 4 offensive rebounds for Mitch. The offensive rebounding is essentially what kept the Knicks in the game. 17 offensive rebounds for the Knicks, 9 for Boston. Campaign, I thought, turned the ball over a good bit. The official number for him is 2 turnovers and 2 assists. Had a couple nice buckets, but so-so. So-so. Andrew Shamet, yeah. Tom Thibodeau was asked if he wanted the New York Knicks to foul at the end of the fourth on Tatum. It's time and situation. They inbounded the ball quickly. He's coming at us, and then if he's in the shooting motion, you're giving him 3 shots. It wasn't off a dead ball. He's not a championship-level coach. Not a championship-level coach. You don't have your team coached well enough to be able to know how to foul off a made basket? You don't trust your team enough to foul off a made basket? It's time and situation. Hey, Tibbs. The time and the situation said to foul, and you didn't. So they made the 3, and you lost. And the Knicks will continue to lose as long as Tom Thibodeau is their head coach. That's it. That's the show. Once the Knicks fire Tibbs, they'll be better. If the Knicks can get whatever they can for Bridges, they got to do it. The Knicks aren't beating Boston in the playoffs. And as a diehard Knicks fan, it pains me to say this. If this season results in Tom Thibodeau being fired, it's a success. We'll see y'all later.